I could imagine them making an agreement, because if you watch the highlights, Mike never punches him in the face. Each other in the face, it seems like it's just like jabs and small punches.
In a sport where punches often speak louder than words, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's upcoming fight has captivated fans and experts alike. As the match approaches, it's clear that both fighters are not only gearing up physically but mentally as well. A closer look at their preparations reveals an intriguing mix of bravado, strategy, and perhaps even vulnerability. Jake Paul, known for his relentless self-promotion and confident demeanor, has expressed an unusual sense of apprehension this time around. Facing Mike Tyson, a man with a legendary history of power and brutality, has forced Paul to reconsider his usual cocky approach. "He's the most experienced opponent I've fought in terms of skill," Paul admitted. The weight of this challenge seems to be dawning on him, and it's clear that he is beginning to feel the pressure. He joked, half seriously, "He might bite my ear off, kick me. I don't know what's going to happen." This fight is far from a simple exhibition. Despite the 30-year age difference, Tyson's power remains formidable, as seen in his recent training footage. Even with concerns about his health, particularly his sciatica and a recent ulcer flare-up, Tyson has resumed training with a vengeance. He remains a terrifying force in the ring, his punches still packing the same ferocity that once made him the most feared man in boxing. On the other hand, Paul's youth and relentless training have kept him in peak condition, giving him a distinct physical advantage. However, this isn't just another fight for Paul. Facing Tyson, who even at 58 years old remains a formidable opponent, has made Paul reconsider the stakes. "This fight promises to be the toughest test of my career," Paul said. He's well aware that Tyson's experience and unpredictable nature could turn the tide at any moment. Many experts have weighed in on the fight, with opinions divided. British cruiserweight prospect Junie Jr. believes that Tyson's age and physical decline could make this fight dangerous for his legacy. "He may get stopped," Junie Jr. said, "especially if he gets knocked out by Jake Paul. It's not good for his boxing legacy." Even Roy Jones Jr., who fought Tyson in a 2020 exhibition match, acknowledged Tyson's immense power, saying, "Mike Tyson is still the strongest puncher I've ever been in the ring with." But it's not just experts who are concerned. Butterbean, another former heavyweight, has dismissed the fight as a PR stunt, insisting that it's never going to happen due to Tyson's health and Paul's lack of genuine interest. Despite this, Paul has remained steadfast, continuing to promote the fight and insisting that he can knock out the boxing legend. "Mike Tyson, you're next," Paul declared confidently. Interestingly, Tyson himself wasn't always keen on the idea of fighting Paul. Just 2 years ago, Tyson appeared on the Full Send podcast and stated that he had no intention of fighting Paul, partly because his family loves the YouTuber turned boxer. Yet here we are, with the fight scheduled for November 15th, and Tyson back in full training mode, ready to step into the ring once more. The build-up to this fight has been nothing short of dramatic. Tyson's unexpected health issues have only added to the tension. After being forced to delay the fight due to an ulcer flare-up, Tyson reassured his fans that he would be back in full form soon. "My body is in better overall shape than it has been since the 1990s, Tyson claimed, sending a clear message to Paul that the fight is still very much on. In a strange twist, Tyson's former rival, Evander Holyfield, with whom he had the infamous bite fight in 1997, has become one of his closest allies. The two have even launched a cannabis product together, humorously named Holy Ears, referencing the very incident that once made them bitter enemies. The duo's recent reunion ahead of Tyson's showdown with Paul has added a nostalgic layer to the event, as fans reminisce about Tyson's glory days. As for Paul, he continues to train relentlessly, even bulking up to 230 pounds in preparation for the fight. Despite the concerns about Tyson's age, Paul knows that the veteran's power remains a significant threat. Former two-weight champion Tim Bradley expressed his belief that Tyson could still knock out Paul, especially with the fight being structured in 2-minute rounds, which play to Tyson's strengths. Mike Tyson could knock out Jake Paul within those 2 minutes, Bradley confidently stated. Paulie Malignaggi, another former champion, shares the sentiment that Tyson's power is not to be underestimated. While he acknowledged that Paul is a dangerous opponent, he also expressed concern for Tyson, fearing that the fight could end with the legendary boxer getting hurt. "It's sad for me," Malignaggi said, "because I don't want to see the guy get hurt." Adding to the complexity of the situation, Kevin McBride, the man who fought Tyson in his last professional bout nearly 20 years ago, has issued a warning to Paul. McBride, who won against Tyson after a brutal fight, recalled the intensity and unpredictability of facing the former champion. "When Tyson hit me, I swear I saw leprechauns playing drums in my head," McBride said, emphasizing the sheer force of Tyson's punches. He warned Paul to be cautious, noting that Tyson's unpredictable nature makes him a dangerous opponent even at 58. As the fight draws near, the anticipation continues to build. Lennox Lewis, another former heavyweight champion, expressed his excitement for the bout, admitting that he's eager to see what happens when the two fighters finally meet in the ring. "You never know what's going to pop up," Lewis said. He, like many others, believes that Tyson still has what it takes to win. Despite the skepticism from some corners, the fight is set to go ahead, with both Tyson and Paul fully committed to proving their doubters wrong. The question remains, can Jake Paul, the brash young upstart, really take down one of the most feared fighters in boxing history? Or will Mike Tyson, even in his late 50s, remind the world why he was once the undisputed heavyweight champion? Joe Rogan, known for his candid takes on combat sports, weighed in on the fight, predicting that it will be a full-on professional bout, not just an exhibition. "This is going to be a real fight," Rogan said. He also suggested that there might be an unspoken agreement between Tyson and Paul to avoid headshots, similar to Tyson's fight with Roy Jones Jr. "It looked like they agreed not to punch each other in the head," Rogan observed. In the end, the outcome of this highly anticipated fight is anything but certain. With Tyson's age and health concerns on one side, and Paul's youth and rising boxing career on the other, fans are left wondering who will emerge victorious. One thing is for sure, when Tyson and Paul step into the ring on November 15th, the world will be watching closely, eager to see whether the baddest man on the planet can still deliver a knockout, or if the young challenger will claim his biggest victory yet. In a sport where punches often speak louder than words, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's upcoming fight has captivated fans and experts alike. As the match approaches, it's clear that both fighters are not only gearing up physically, but mentally as well. A closer look at their preparations reveals an intriguing mix of bravado, strategy, and perhaps even vulnerability. Jake Paul, known for his relentless self-promotion and confident demeanor, has expressed an unusual sense of apprehension this time around. Facing Mike Tyson, a man with a legendary history of power and brutality, has forced Paul to reconsider his usual cocky approach. "He's the most experienced opponent I've fought in terms of skill," Paul admitted. The weight of this challenge seems to be dawning on him, and it's clear that he is beginning to feel the pressure. He joked, half seriously, "He might bite my ear off, kick me. I don't know what's going to happen." This fight is far